The 10 do's and don'ts of wholesaling real estate as a beginner. What is up, guys? Zach in here, and after doing over 2,000 wholesaling real estate deals and teaching over 250,000 active students how to get into wholesaling real estate, I've shown a lot of people how to get really rich in this business, and I've shown time and time again anyone get started and get rich wholesaling real estate. The problem is I do see people getting started this business that end up doing well and ones that end up doing not well. And what I want to do is really give a rules to the road guide, a do's and don'ts of the 10 things you should not be doing and 10 things you should be doing in wholesaling real estate so you can end up becoming a success. Now, the ones that always end up doing no deals and struggling, they always all do the 10 don'ts. And the ones that always do well do the 10 do's. So without further ado, let's break this all down and share the 10 don'ts and the 10 do's of wholesaling real estate for beginners. Now let's start it from the don'ts, because I feel like we need to address the elephant in the room for a lot of wholesalers struggling really bad of why they're not becoming successful. So let's talk about the don'ts and why you should not be doing this. So first and foremost, what's the biggest don't I can tell everyone starting out? Number one, do not wholesale on the MLS. No on-market properties. Guys, wholesaling on the MLS is a terrible decision to do. These are bad deals. Your guru says, oh man, there's way more on-market deals than off-market deals, bro. There's so much to do. Guys, these are trained gurus trying to sell you on a $10,000 course to tell you how much easier it is to wholesale on the MLS. Wholesaling on the MLS is more difficult. If you are not a realtor, it is a bigger mess than you even think, and you're gonna end up making less money on your deal. Realtors are notoriously hard to deal with, and if you wanna run up a quick $30,000, $40,000 at 18, the chance of you doing on the MLS is completely close to zero than it is if you do off-market deals. Off-market is the way to go. It's way easier. It's what got me rich wholesaling, and honestly, if you're watching this as a young gun, it's gonna be way easier for you even if you're older. Number two, this is a big issue here, making your own scripts. I cannot stress this enough. Stop trying to pretend like you know what to say in wholesaling. If you have not closed at least 100 wholesaling deals, you don't know exactly what to say to a seller to get them to sign a contract. Maybe you did 15 deals, yeah, you're getting there. But once your ego gets in there, and most people, it's not you did 15 deals to make your own script. The problem is most people have done 0 deals and they're making their own script. And if you're a beginner out here, stop trying to be like, oh, I think the seller would like it if I sound like I'm an investor. I'm an investor in a hedge fund in this Fortune 500 company, and we're here to do a professional. That's stupid, guys. Use the scripts at freelisting.com. Use the scripts millionaire wholesalers like me and other wholesalers use to get rich wholesaling. Stop trying to make your own script. And a bonus tip here, make sure you stick to your own scripts. I see so many wholesalers try to use other person's scripts, and they mix that script and a little bit of my script, and it's a complete mess. Stick to your own scripts. That's what's going to work here in wholesaling. Number three, hiring VAs. Guys, as a beginner, the first thing a guru tells you is your time is worth more than blah, 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 and you need to hire VAs. Yeah, in practice, yeah, it makes sense to go hire VAs to cold call so you don't have to. But you're gonna end up figuring out that you're gonna be spending thousands of dollars and you're gonna waste the money completely because you don't know how to cold call. Think about this. If you hired somebody to do something that you have no idea what it is or how it works, you're gonna be stuck. If I hired somebody to go build a car engine for me and I have no idea how engines work, I have no idea if I'm getting screwed or not. If you're hiring a VA and you don't know how to train the VA is going to do what they're thinking, and most VAs you hired are just going to wing it by themselves, and guess what they're going to do? They're going to create their own scripts, they're going to think of their own ways, and you don't even know if they're getting good results or not. And if you don't know how cold calling works and you're not experienced, you're not going to be able to train and keep the VAs the right way. And so VAs for most people are a complete waste of money because you're not even good at cold calling. Hire VAs once you get good at cold calling because then you know what to look for. Number four here, and this is a massive issue I see in this industry. This is buying software or buying a coaching program off the bat. Guys, yes, I do have links. I do show you softwares, and these are people that have done deals or heck, maybe haven't done a deal, you want to use the software in certain situations. But I think a big mistake a lot of people have is they buy the software or they buy the coaching because they think it's going to be the shortcut to instantly get them a deal or instantly get them rich. And the truth is, most people buy software because they're trying to buy a way to get out of doing the hard work. And if you're willing to work hard and add software, sure, go ahead. But for most people, buying software is probably not the move. I would say for most people, before you buy the software, try to do everything by yourself. Try to at least get a little bit of grind and work and consistency before you get it going. Now, once you've done a couple deals, always go all in on the software. It's always worth it. But I see a lot of people spend their last $100 into the software, and then they quit because it doesn't work in the month and they're out of this business. I'd rather, if you have no money, don't buy the software or the coaching and just get straight into wholesaling. I see a lot of people struggle with this because once they buy the software, they expect the software to do all this work for them, because that's what's promised, and it's not. And even when I promote a software like dmzag.com or listarter.com, yeah, it helps, but it's just a tool. It doesn't get you everything you need to know. And so if you're buying software because you don't want to work at all, avoid doing it. Number 5 here, seeking the secret shortcut. And excuse my poor handwriting here, but I see a lot of wholesalers seek the secret shortcut. You know, wholesaling on the MLS is the shortcut. Novations are the shortcut. You know, you got to get into lease options or creative financing. That's the shortcut. Guys, these strategies sometimes work, but the truth is a lot of you guys are being thrown, especially on like ads, especially maybe even before this video, of the secret to wholesaling, or if you just buy this or you just do this, then you can become successful. And the truth is, you got to look at secrets being presented to you in wholesaling as a guru trap. Because if somebody presents to you a secret, but you have to purchase their course or they want to take money for you to give you the secret, it's a scam. Like, it happens all the time in wholesaling. I see it over and over again. Guys, the secret to success, you just got to give me money. It's ridiculous. And so when someone's telling you, or if there's an ad, guys, someone's running an ad, they're just trying to take money out of your pocket, and they're presenting you the secret shortcut to success, this method or this thing, it's just a scam to take money away from you to stop you from doing the work and doing the success. Because you're going to be in this guru trap in circles and circles and circles, doing nothing because you're always trying to find the next secret. And gurus create a secret, they create a software, they create a new thing, they run it up and sell it. It dies down for a couple months, they create a new method and sell you with it. They usually add an animal name, they usually do it like the monkey method, and they just make it all sexy or something. It's so stupid, guys. Don't fall for the guru traps. It's going to ruin your success. Number 6, a huge issue I see is not sticking to a schedule. This can be one of the biggest harms of your success, but this business is all predicated on you going out here and consistently showing up and consistently doing the work. And the only way you're going to consistently show up every single day in wholesaling real estate is creating a schedule and sticking to it. If you are not sticking to a schedule, you are behind the 8 ball here and you are not going to get wholesaling deals. Every single time somebody comes to me and they say, Zach, I'm not getting deals, and when. I say, what's your schedule? Oh, I just wake up in the morning and I think, oh, what should I do today for wholesaling? No, if you have to do that, you're already done. You have to create a schedule and stick to it and say, hey, today I'm going to drive $4 for these many hours. I'm going to cold call here. I'm going to pull my list. I'm going to skip tracing during these times. And this one I'm going to do, I'm going to attack it and become successful. If you are not doing that, you are out of your mind. Number 7, and I might go crazy on this one. I see wholesalers time and time again avoid cold calling. And I see so many wholesalers, even when I say the word cold calling, they get a little worried, right? Their eyes pop up. They get a little sweaty. They get a little freaked out. Oh my gosh. Guys, if you are avoiding cold calling because you're trying to avoid talking to a seller, you're going to stay broke the rest of your life here in wholesaling. Guys, if you are avoiding cold calling, you are avoiding talking to sellers, you're done. Because yeah, maybe you do texting because you're scared to talk to a motivated seller. Guess what? Once they want to sell their property over the text, you have to start calling them. But if you're being a scared little, can't really say the word, you're never going to amount to anything in this business. Be a man, pull up, and start calling. Now, if you're avoiding cold calling because it's too much time for you, sure, that makes sense, I guess. But if you're avoiding cold calling because you're scared to talk to a seller and you're watching this because you know you're doing it, you have to stop. I tell you, if you are deathly scared to talk to sellers, I tell everyone, hey, do 10 cold calls this week, 1 a day, and then maybe 3 on one day. and just do that for a couple weeks, and I'm telling you, your fear of talking to sellers is gonna go away. But the thing stopping you right now is your own mind. Have you noticed? Most of these don'ts are just you avoiding the head games here. It's what's between your ears right here. It's that brain. That's the thing stopping you. And I'm trying to reprogram your broke person's mindset that maybe you grew up with, and maybe you're in a bad environment, we get it, into a rich person's mindset. And a rich person makes no excuses, they're not little scared little wimps, and they're willing to do the hard work to become rich and successful. I'm not telling you something you want to hear, but something you need to hear. Number 8, analysis paralysis. Time and time again, I see wholesalers that all they do is analyze what they should do, and they get stricken in fear of, they are so stricken in fear of what to do, and they overthink things, and everything's like, what list should I pull? What should I do? I don't know what to do. This is what I tell everyone. Just pick a list, pick 3 at most, and just go after that and spend 10 to 15 hours a week on your marketing. If you can just focus on that, you'll be fine and you'll get wholesaling deals. Just stop overthinking things. Number 9, a big issue I do see too, pulling the same list everybody else is pulling. If you are pulling the same list in any Joe Schmo out here, you're gonna get Joe Schmo results. So if you go to PropStream and pull the high equity list, I guarantee 300 people in your market is doing the same exact thing. And when you call these sellers, they're gonna say, Zach, you're the 50th person to call me this month. Come on, what is wrong with you? And you're gonna go complain and say, oh, it's just the industry, these gurus, I just gotta quit this business. Wholesaling is too saturated. And I get these stupid people telling me this. When if you pull the same list as everyone, you're going to get the same results as everyone. You're going to have to pull lists that the average person isn't doing. But guess what? If you want to do what other people aren't doing and get extraordinary results, you're going to have to work harder on your lists. Why do you think Kobe Bryant is better than the average high school basketball player? Because he put in more work. Duh! And so you're going to have to put in more work to get better lists. If you can get better lists and lists that nobody else is doing because it's harder to do, the probates, code violations, water shutoffs, the ones I teach in my free real estate wholesaling course, freewholesaling.com, your results are going to be extraordinary. If you just do the same stupid list as everybody else, you're going to get the same stupid result. I don't know how much more I have to scream this. And 10, last but not least, of the don'ts to be doing. And I see so many people doing this. They are working harder and not smarter. And what I mean by this is I see wholesalers time and time again, they're going to be doing just way more work than they should be and getting less results. They are pulling the same lists. They're using the same guru scripts. And if you just do what gurus do, you're gonna end up like them. And the average guru is a broke wholesaler trying to sell coaching programs. If you're doing guru stuff, you're gonna get guru results. And so work smarter, not harder. So do different lists, do less saturated lists, start using the strategies that I teach about, like heck, think about digital bandit signs. You probably never even heard of that. That's a really easy, smart list that doesn't require that much work to do, that gets inbound leads simply. Just go to freewholesaling.com, we teach you how to do that absolutely for free. Now, let's talk about the do's. What should you do instead? First, the big do is, and I say this to everyone, but go the extra mile. I don't know why this is said, but you look at LeBron, Kobe, Tom Brady, you look at the greatest athletes of all time, they all did more work than the average player to get extraordinary results. Kobe Bryant has been on record saying he used to work out 6 hours a day, 6 days a week for like 5 or 6 days straight. He only took 1 day off for his body to rest. The average high school basketball player was not doing that, but he was doing it because he went the extra mile. For you in wholesaling, you just can't skimp around all day and expect to get regular results. You have to work harder. And this is very similar to number 2, but this has to be said. This is a direct quote from Inky Johnson. It's really cool. So do what others won't to get results that others don't. And what this basically means is if you are willing to do things that people won't do, you're going to get results that they don't get. And what this means is if you're willing to put an extra 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a week into wholesaling, the average person won't do that. But if you're going to end up making $30,000 extra a month, you're getting results that they don't do. And everybody asks, like, Zach, How are you able to make all this money in high school starting out as a beginner that most beginner wholesalers couldn't? The answer is simple. I was willing to do the work that they weren't willing to do to get the results that they don't even come close to touching. And so you really got to think about it. You got to do the work that no one else is willing to do, because at the top, it's lonely, but you're at the top. Number 3, kill your excuses. That's right. You probably have some excuse in your mind of why you can't cold call, why you can't drive for dollars, why, you know what, I can't put sticky notes because I don't know what they're going to say if they come up to me and say, what are you doing? Your brain is really funny because you are not your thoughts. And a lot of people think that they are their thoughts. You are not, because you have the ability to change your thoughts and change your mindset. And what I'm trying to do is change your mindset of somebody who's not making money in wholesaling to somebody that is. And the number one thing I get to is to kill that excuse in your mind, that thought of why you can't get to that spot. Because you are here and you're trying to get here. And a lot of you guys create these excuses. And what excuses are they are this imaginary barrier, this imaginary line of, I can't get through it. It's an imaginary line, but I made this excuse in my mind. And if you just eliminate the excuse, you can just get through the barrier easy. And your brain manifests it as this great firewall and scary big thing when really it's a fake imaginary wall you're putting in your mind. Eliminate that and keep going. Number 4, and let me erase the board because number 4 is a really important one. You need to pull at least 3 government lists totaling this month at least 500 leads. This is a requirement for me. That's right, that is a requirement. You have to do this. That's right, you need to pull at least 500 government lists. And if you're asking yourself, I don't know about this, what government list should I pull? You know what, I'm just gonna call FSBOs all day. No! Guys, this is a requirement. This is one of my dues. Stop making excuses. 3 government lists, 500 guys. I'm not even getting paid off of this, guys. This is a free, I'm getting paid nothing on this. I'm just doing something that's gonna get you results, guys. 3 government lists, 500 at least. That's what you have to do this month, and market to these people. Call them, text them, sticky notes, whatever, I don't care. This is gonna get you results. Number 5, let's add this on top of this. Drive for dollars. Now, I get it, you might be in Lithuania right now and you can't drive for dollars, but if you have the ability to drive for dollars and the ability to reverse drive for dollars, you need to do it. Time and time again, I get so many wholesalers I talk to on my free one-on-one calls, on my live streams, and they say, Zach, I'm driving for dollars, but I'm getting no results. And guess what I ask them? You guys could probably guess. Do you reverse drive for dollars at all? And they say, no, because you're too scared to. They say, oh, I don't know if somebody comes up to me, what do I do? Why am I putting a sticky note out? Say, hey, my partner told me to put some sticky notes out around the area seeing if anyone's looking to sell their property. That's all you gotta say. But if you have the ability to drive for dollars, drive for dollars. It's one of the biggest crimes I see wholesalers make is they have the ability to drive for dollars, but they don't do it. It drives me crazy. Number 6 here, and I cannot stress this enough, experiment, experiment, experiment. You are going to have to figure out what works and what doesn't in your wholesaling business. And this kind of comes down to figuring out what lists are working and what areas are working and what isn't working. So yes, you're going to have to pull a wide variety of lists here. You might have to pull the vacant list. You might do the pre-foreclosures. You might do the water shutoffs. You're going to have to try all these different lists out in your market and see which ones are working and which ones aren't working. And you're going to end up saying like, hey, I get the most leads when I go after fire damaged properties. I should probably put more of my effort into doing that. And eventually you're going to find the right areas and the right lists, and you're going to unlock the secret and start getting consistent deals, making $20,000, $30,000 every single month. The problem is a lot of you guys only go after one list and it doesn't work and you just keep going after it. Get a variety. Start experimenting. This is going to be the key to your wholesaling success. Number 7 here, stay uncomfortable. I cannot stress this enough. If you get comfortable in wholesaling, you are not growing. To grow, you must be a little uncomfortable. You might be a little uncomfortable how much time you're putting into business. You might be a little uncomfortable talking to sellers, a little uncomfortable starting this new driving for dollars or reverse driving for dollars. But once you start doing something uncomfortable, it's because your brain doesn't like it, it's change. And for me to bring you from a broke wholesaler to a rich wholesaler, there's a lot of uncomfortability you have to deal with for you to get rich and for you to become successful. Number 8, very important do, talk to motivated sellers until it's normal. And what I mean by this is you're gonna need to talk to sellers until the process of having a conversation going through the MCTP, going through what I usually have in the course becomes a normal, non-stressful thing. We go through role play sometimes in my free coaching calls, and really what we do is we just break down, are you comfortable talking to sellers or not? And if you are uncomfortable talking to sellers and it doesn't feel normal, you haven't talked to enough. And how do we talk to more sellers? We do more marketing. We get more leads. We do more deals. This is what we have to do for success. Number 9, keep note, network, network, network. Guys, wholesaling real estate is a lonely business sometimes. It's just us and our thoughts going out here and talking to motivated sellers. And unfortunately, it's kind of tough doing it by ourselves. So having a network or at least other wholesalers you can talk to around the country that understand your struggles and you can kind of collaborate and work together is going to be really key. I've had networking that has saved my butt on deals where I couldn't get it sold, and I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars on deals because of the power of my network. And my network has made me millions of dollars. But how do you network here? Go to my Facebook group. It's called Wholesaling Analysis for Real. Heck, even the comment section of videos like this, we get in front of hundreds of thousands of other like-minded wholesalers, probably in your area, that want to work together and help each other out to elevate yourselves to become successful. And then number 10, last but not least, go through all of freewholesaling.com. That's right, go through the entire course. Cannot stress this enough. You have a free course. It's a $7,000 wholesaling real estate course. I'm literally giving you a $7,000 gift. I spend tens of thousands of dollars a month just keeping the servers open to this thing, because the amount of data of 250,000 active logins on freewholesaling.com is insane. But I do it because I believe in this business. I believe that somebody has to be a beacon of free wholesaling information that's not going to gatekeep or keep any of the information away from you. And unfortunately, freewholesaling.com is the only website doing this right now. So please, go through the course and not just skimp it or go through this part or that part. Go through the entire wholesaling course, because you deserve it. Your family deserves it. Your kids deserve it. Your dog deserves it. Your mom deserves it. They all deserve you getting rich and making a change in your life. The unfortunate fact is most wholesalers aren't willing to make the change. You need to be different, and you need to make the change for you to become a success in this business. If you're ready to do it, make sure you go to freewholesaling.com. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. And again, if you got any value, hit that like button. Guys, this is Zach and signing out. These are the 10 do's and don'ts for wholesaling real estate. I really appreciate it. Have a blessed one.